Ladies and gentlemen, today's going to be a good video. What we're going to be talking about is there was a mistake in the game. And also we have a little kitten. So if you did not know, I got myself a little tiny kitten, 6 weeks old. We have yet to name her. And she is very vocal. Oh, she's okay. She jumped onto the desk. Don't you do it. Okay, well, the kitten's gonna be running around my desk while I do this video. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and get into it, because today, this is very important. You guys, oh no, get off the keyboard.
Well, pod. Welcome, well, pod. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Darth Microtransactions channel, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Well, pod, welcome back.
Okay, so FC Lepin banner did not actually have the chance up rate. As you can see here, I'm doing the FC Lepin, and what they did was they launched it, and it didn't have the increased rate. They realized their mistake. They went ahead and refunded the people who did it. Well, that upset the people who didn't poll during it, because they're like, what? Those people get free polls. So what they realized is, okay, here's how they're going to do it. Everybody who polled during the time when it wasn't a fake core chance up gets to keep what it is they polled. On top of it, you guys get yours as refunded. Okay, so the people get to keep what they already did, plus this as refunded. Well, that doesn't seem quite fair now, does it, for the people who did not poll during it? So what that means is they're going to balance that. So starting now, the FC Lepin banner up, if you do any polls, including the one you just saw me do there, it is refunded 3 days after the remaining time is over, meaning you can go the 6 days, 1 hour left, poll to your heart's content, put all your Zez into it, and then after that is over, all of that Zez you spent will in fact be refunded. Okay, it is pretty much that simple. Now, if you want to see some proof of this, let me pull up the patch notes and just kind of break it down to you. Okay, here's the proof of this. Extra compensation regarding Lepin chance up error issue. So they apologize here. Then they say they confirm that what you guys have said to us has been basically read, and what they're going to be doing is extra compensation. So the compensation details here is the Zez used in fair, and this is straight from their Facebook here. This is their official Facebook, so this is real. If you look here, Zez used will be reimbursed up to 19 times. This means you can get 13,300 Zez used effectively, kind of for free, a free value there. We'll be sending the Zez you have used during the Fairy Queen of Protection Lepin chance up recruitment period to your mailbox after the period is ended within 3 days. For this reason, you should use every single piece of Zez you have on this poll, regardless if you have this character or not. You're gonna get all of it back anyway. So you get that 3 days after, you get the August 20th. We will inform you of the detailed schedule through separate notice. Users who have already received the reimbursement, the recruit X count 700 Zez will be compensated as below. Compensated up to 19 recruit count times 700 Zez. If a user has previously received 3,500 Zez reimbursements using the chance up 5 times during this period, they will receive 14x 700 as extra compensation. Okay, so basically what they're saying is this, to break it down, they're refunding the people the Zez they would have spent on top of it. So you do still kind of get an advantage. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My kitty is really loud. She's meowing like crazy. But basically, if you spent Zez, you're getting it refunded. So the people who were quick enough to spend the Zez on the non-banner up rate that really got scammed ended up getting the bonus, which is kind of okay. I'm not too upset about that here. And then these other updates is they're just saying the apologies, etc. Now we actually need to talk about FC Lepin here, because I think this part's kind of important about whether or not we think she's actually good. So let's go take a look at her fake core. This character is actually kind of nuts. If you look at the first aid 3, it does the standard, heals the person when they drop below 20% health and she gains mana. That's the first aid. And it's 100% of her attack is what the health is based upon. That being said, she also has Shelter Investigation, or Investigator, excuse me, which is 200% against Monomos with the Frost Barrier. Monomos being those like one-eye Cyclops things you fight. Now, Harbinger of Awakenings, where it kind of gets interesting. I'm going to move my camera here out of the way while we talk about this one. But the Harbinger of Awakening, these are other Awakening characters like Wishao, Shufrak, and all these people, Baraka, etc., right? And what the Awakening does is it marks somebody when they kill an ally, and then when you kill that person, it grants the awakening of all the players on your team. So if you have Shufrak or Baraka or Rochelle, etc., the awakening would then be triggered, and each person has kind of their own awakening. Now hers increases the blocks by 360, decreases critical attack by 180. She also gets damage immunity, which is pretty cool. And then she gets herself additional 25 attack speed, and the damage immunity is 4 turns, okay, when her health is at 30%. The passive's pretty good. Now here's where it kind of gets nuts. You deal damage to a single enemy, grants heal over time that heals an ally by 12% of own maximum health every turn for 4 turns when the skill hits. That's pretty good. Then check out this special, resets the turn of the ally once every 6 turns. So you're basically granting like a bonus turn, and then cleanses all debuffs and damage over time effects from the target. This is going to be pretty nuts. This is going to be a pretty nuts move. I think this right here, the fact that it resets the turn of an ally, I think she's probably going to be the best PvE healer for sure now as well, allowing her to probably, sorry, I'm stuttering because I got the kitty on my lap and she's attacking my legs, and I'm trying to keep her from falling to her death. 3 feet, which for her is like 85 times her body size. She can barely fit in my hand. Her second move here is pretty good too. Check this out. Heals all allies by 24% of own maximum health, meaning you can get her very tanky and she'll heal by that amount. And then cleanses all debuffs and damage over time effects again from the allies, meaning this is going to continue to be the way you're going to be able to cleanse like attack down, defense down, things like that. Basically, oh, kitty's now jumping towards my mouse. And then the final one, the reason I like her, revives all dead allies and grants damage immunity 1 time, not 1 turn, 1 time, meaning the person has permanent damage immunity till they receive damage. This is pretty busted in PvP, but well, the problem is you have to die first, but it's still pretty busted. And it's also probably gonna be pretty good in the Holy Dragon Grounds. Again, I think this is probably a dragon character. This is actually a character I already own, but even if you already own this character, it's probably a really good time to pull anyway, because keep in mind, these are kind of free. If you can wait till the 20th, you're going to get your money back. So I really don't think it's a big deal if you decide to kind of wail out on this one. It's probably recommended because you can get her basically for free, and she's one of the best characters in the game. I mean, after the buffs, I think she's pretty nuts. Plus, if you already have her, you can fuse her together with the pity pole, getting your money back for the pity pole. Effectively, having to keep my eye on her, she's trying to jump. Effectively, you can now spend 13,500 Zez, get the pity pole, get it all back, get whatever freebies you would have got out of that. Keep in mind, the returning of the Zez is not for the weapon, it is only for the character. And even if you don't want the character, or if you have her, you've already fused her, again, you should be polling anyway. So if you happen to save some Zez, congratulations. If you buy Zez for this, it will refund that too. It will refund any Zez spent on the poll, basically up to 13,500 as of August 20th. So that's pretty great. And that was really the major change with this patch, as they were launching this banner up and they were kind of doing the FC Lepin changes. Some people were saying that they think FC Lepin is going to cause like a looping issue with other revive characters, and there's now going to be a permanent loop. I haven't looked into that myself, so I'm probably going to. I'm kind of glad that I already pulled FC Lepin, and I'm definitely not glad that I pulled on the Glim banner, because I would have got all my Zez back. However, I do want to say at the end here something that's kind of important. Kitty is stepping on my... I want to say something at the end here, which is kind of important, which is that I think Line Games is doing a good job of listening to what the community said. Because originally they were just doing the 700 Zez feedback, and people, or compensation, people were flaming pretty hard, saying that's not acceptable. And then they changed it to this, basically you get free pose on this banner, which is pretty acceptable. Kitty's freaking out, boys. So we're probably gonna have to wrap up this video here. Buddy, are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm trying to train her to use the litter box and trying to feed her. She eats hard food, but man, I mean, look at this, guys. Look how small. We haven't named her yet. The recommended name was Orca, but if you guys have a better recommendation for a name, let me know. For the Well Pod Kitten. I love her a whole bunch, man, but she is a handful, let me tell you. Oh, you see that jump, man? Anyway, I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck on your pose, because pretty good time in Exos Heroes right now. Okay, buddy, I'm coming. Okay. Are you climbing? Are you climbing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you, a parrot? Are you a parrot? It's a parrot. You're a parrot. You're acting like a parrot. His middle name is Clarence.